Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Grand Theft Auto 4 Lost and Damned. I'm the Serious JG, and I'd played just a few minutes. You wouldn't even know if I didn't say anything, unless you were paying really close attention when an autosave's thrown down. I played a couple of minutes of Ballad of Gay Tony, which I'd never played before, ever, at the end of the last session, just a few minutes to see. I don't know what I wanted to see. I guess I didn't quite feel like putting down the game, but I was done recording for the day. I'm already looking forward to Ballad of Gay Tony, and I'll tell you why. The text is so much easier to read. Whatever this, like, I don't know if it's supposed to look like chalk or what. Like, I'm not sure what the, the white text occasionally highlighted red, and, like, the really scratchy... Like, it's going for some kind of aesthetic look, and it is just super freaking hard to read sometimes. Or is about a Gay Tony text is like bright colored, like rainbow colors. Not, I think, referencing the fact that Tony, who is not the player character, but a character in the story, is gay. I think it's about the fact that it's set at like glitzy nightclubs, so there's like bright, shiny, different colored neon type lettering. Oh, so much freaking easier to deal with. Anyway, we've got two different things that we could do according to the story. Ashley and Ray Bucchino both want to see us. There's also some kind of mysterious mail. So friend mission wise, we're like halfway done. Or maybe not quite. I know there's a friend mission. One of these males, a friend we can meet. Pretty sure I know who it is. We've already met them in story, and we can meet them again and have two missions related to them. We have a mission with that lawyer, and then we had a mission which you can or cannot do. Like, if you spare Brian, you get that mission we did, which was considered a strangers and freaks, friends, whatever mission. But I think that's it, and there's only two other things to do. Unless I'm forgetting a friend. But let's go deal with the friend missions before we move on with the main story, because we're the head of the chapter now. Ashley's like telling us to hurry up and come over, but we don't have to listen to her. I was just hanging out. I was curious to see if this guy was going to treat it like we stole his bike. Oh, by the way, like, yeah, some of the bikes that we've collected are disappearing. What the fuck, game? Oh, well, but I mean, this is kind of an established thing about GTA4. I don't know why suddenly making it a thing with a big stretch of side road where you're supposed to stick multiple cars, like multiple bikes. Without, like, I don't see how that's going to make it more stable and predictable and less likely for shit to go wrong when we have smaller vehicles and we're putting more of them on. I don't like Smashing Pumpkins. I think I've explained this before. You love the Smashing Pumpkins, that's fine. I was watching some Red Letter Media thing the other day where I guess they caught what's his name, the lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins, some recent event where he was like at a concert, like eating potato chips on stage while the music was playing. So people are making fun of him. Poor guy. He seems to have done alright for himself. I like, his name is on the tip of my tongue, and I know him because I guess at some point he bought Impact Wrestling, which used to be called TNA. Is that him, or is he the guy who owns NWA? Billy Corrigan, yeah, either way, it's like small time, not really making money, but it's like a wrestling promotion. I don't watch it. I haven't watched it since long before Billy Corrigan bought it. It has nothing to do with Billy Corrigan owning it as to why I don't watch. But yeah, I don't like Smashing Pumpkins. And I'm only dimly aware that they still do music. I just think of them as like, oh yeah, doesn't one of them own this wrestling company I don't watch? I think so. Okay, well, never mind. I thought I might get like an insane stunt bonus, but wasn't really able to climb the stairs on my motorbike. Nor should I have been able to. Like, that's the kind of thing you think might happen in video game physics, but... Oh, shit. Thought I had a little more room to turn than I did. But we maintained being on the bike. I guess we're allowed to change Johnny Klebitz's outfit. I've never really put a lot of energy or effort into doing that. Yeah, that's the guy I thought it would be.
Hey, yo, Johnny, give me a hand, man.
Why, man? What's up? That hot import giving you trouble?
Come on, man. I'm not in the mood for fucking jokes.
Hey, take it easy.
Just talking to you. Okay, friend. I mean, we've saved each other's lives at this point.
My boy Deshaun ain't showed him. We're supposed to roll together. I think he's up in his girl's crib or something.
Well, I can see how that could be annoying. I forgive you for your earlier aggressive manner.
I really fucking appreciate that. But what the fuck am I gonna do now?
Get an American bike.
Okay, I got it. I'll help a friend in need. Question is, you gonna be able to get that thing started?
Ooh, a lot of shit being talked here. The 69 jacket, yeah.
That's my girl. Come on, man. She don't like the wait.
I think the there's two friends mission with this guy. I think the next one may be an actual race, so I might want to get a good bike for that. Although, in theory... Oh, hold on. There was a fancy... Nah, I'm going to steal this fancy bike. Hopefully he gives me a chance to catch up.
I like you, bitch!
Mierda!
No, never mind. This is considered my bike now. This is not going that well.
Oh, you want to duke it out, son?
No, I don't, actually. This is on you. I forget how fighting works because I keep accidentally pushing him.
Now behave yourself.
Alright, can I get on not the bike that they gave me, but the bike that I got on first and therefore have been locked into? So this is not going well. I mean, he slowed down for me, sure enough, but it made me go... Yeah, a lot of little things have gotten silly on this one. Made me go back to this bike after showing me a fancy bike. Then I got hit by a cab. Got in a little fight. Why didn't you help me with that fight back there? But I guess they gave you a fancy bike to ride if okay, I guess you got on a cell phone there or something.
Shit, Malc. You're real sympathetic to your friend.
The game is a fucking game, Johnny. You know that.
Besides, I'm not the one who killed like 800 people that I called brother.
Plans tend to change when someone gets shot.
No, I mean, unless the plan was for them to get shot. That's step one of the plan. You get shot. Step two, we take you to the hospital, and while we're in there, we steal something. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what my plan was that involved you getting.
They don't look so bad. Yeah, they just grazed me. It's the principle, you know? They only meant to be using baseball bats in the race. I wasn't expecting no lead slinging.
How about we hit him right back, man?
Sound good, Johnny. I'm gonna lead you to him.
Okay. Kinda wish I had one of them fancy bikes, but I was what's waiting for you to go somewhere. You come along, Malcolm, or is it just me and Deshaun now?
So I was wondering,
Okay.
what did they, like, shoot you with?
It was more like they shot at me. Them shotguns can't do nothing at a range. Only got a few fellas in my arm.
Yeah, man, you really gotta get up.
That's the course. And we gonna teach you something.
Okay. Well, I guess we missed whatever the dialogue was, where they explain how shotguns ain't that great. Well, they're distracted by the fact that I'm on a bike. I'm doing fine, actually.
I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
I ain't the one whining about a little flesh wound. Shit.
Wow, that was... Yeah, they really don't want to shoot at me while I'm on a bike. I guess they're just impressed by my bike.
Yeah, we just hit one out the park for fair play. For sure, for sure.
Well, gentlemen, I might excuse myself. See you soon, yeah?
No, I want your bikes. Okay, I didn't get to jack him off of his own bike. Well, what do we got here? Are there any of these like fancy pants American racing bikes? Even the racing bikes, the Lost don't like because they're just like making fun of things that sound like hair dryers and whatever. Wolf's Bane, I don't think I've got one of these already, so let's just take this. I completely neglected to see what time it was when we started the video, too. Yeah, so that was a bit of an odd... That one went weird, but it got done. We got it done. Let's get back to ammunition and replace the little bit of... Did we even lose our armor? I think we lost armor and health. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the actual... Because the green path is ignoring stuff that would work but isn't legal. And I was getting very confused about what the most efficient way to get back actually was. The island that's meant to represent Manhattan has quite a few two-way or like one-way roads that you can fairly easily drive. You know, it's a video game. You can drive up the wrong way. It's fine. But no, I wasn't really trying to cheat, but I did kind of notice while learning about this game's friendship missions that there's a bike race coming up the next time we have a friendship mission with Malc. And there's only 2 friendship missions with Malc, and we just did one. So the only one that's left is a bike race, so... I don't know if it's really worth being in character as Johnny and riding on a bike Johnny would ride, but one of the reasons the Lost reject those like hair dryers, making fun of the high-pitched noise the engines make on those racing bikes, it's not just that it's a rice burner, it's not from America, because that's really out of character for Johnny and for the cooler members of the Lost. They make a big point of the fact that they're not like racist and nationalist. But they do make fun of, like, you know, this is not a classic American, like, big, bad motorbike. This is like this little thing designed for racing. Like, they kind of look down on racing bikes as not being, like, a real proper hog for, like, a warrior of the road to ride. But by that same tactic, it's like, well, would he try to race against racing bikes in a non-racing bike? Like, would it extend to that? Or would it be more like, well, I mean, if I guess we're going to be racing, I guess I'll ride one of your little pussy pad blow dryers. Like, yeah, I don't know what would make sense for him in character. Or would he say, like, shit, man, I ain't going to race one of those things. Get on a real bike if you want to race. Like, that's how the rules would go. In, like, Vice City, you'd have to get on they have a couple of specific motorbikes that you're allowed to use in the mission where you race against the bikers. And you can't go there on the PCJ, whatever racing bike. You have to do it in, what do they call them, like the freeway. So I didn't mean to actually use this gun. I was going to use the sawed-off, but I forgot how to switch weapons. I know that I had to look it up for another mission. And then I just started using it, and it was like, it was working, so, like, there's no point in stopping. Meanwhile, doesn't look like we can jump straight to this other mission. This other friendship male mission. So that being said, let's go throw down a manual save, and since we just did a mission for male, and we can't follow up with male at this time, let's jump straight from male to female, with the only female character in this game. Well, that's not true. We had Elizaveta and Maria, the drug mule, whose name was basically so they could make a pun. But like I guess the only remaining non-imprisoned, we don't know for sure what happened to Maria. But Elizaveta went down. So the only female character who's left in the story would be Ashley, whom we have repeatedly said is bad news. We want nothing to do with her. Good luck cleaning yourself up, but it's not my responsibility, blah, blah, blah. And yet she continues to stick around. And we got some, like, hot ladies in, like, biker lingerie or whatever. What do you call that? Like, you know, you're wearing, like, leather bras and shit and hanging around at a biker bar. It's not... Is it lingerie? I don't know if the definition of lingerie includes it being made of something silky and smooth. Let's ponder this question as we continue the Let's Play. That was like its own genre back in the day when... like, honest question, are porn mags even a thing now? In the internet age, has that gone completely away? I know Bobo's watching this series. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about spank materials, but like, I feel like back in the day, there were different genres of like porno mag, and one of them was like, you know, biker babes, as being different from like something where you'd have just lots of, you know, girls with big boobs and lingerie or whatever. I don't know, but now I'm like, is that even a thing? And I'm like, well, on the internet, like, they can really get into like different specific like fetishes that might not have supported their own magazines back in the day, or they would be magazines that you weren't going to find in a book stand. They were like mail order, I guess. I don't have a lot of knowledge of that. I know that that was a thing. But yeah, I'm wondering if I wonder if that kind of thing is even still around. What am I doing here? I'm trying to get to the map screen to see if mail has come back into existence. They have not. So we will we'll see what Ashley wants, what her deal is. Yeah, this little red crosshair on this background is also like freaking impossible to see. Because there's this red crosshair I'm supposed to be following around to figure out where I'm putting a marker. So I switched the camera back. I thought that guy who was driving away from us on a motorcycle was the guy that Nico has to question in that one mission for Francis McCreary, who, if you don't kill him, he calls up and warns people you're coming. And it's like, oh, you actually should kill. Like, I found out later, oh, I threatened him and then let him go, and I got punished for that, kind of, sort of, because there was more people to fight than there would have been if I'd killed him. Visit Ashley and set off a car alarm on the way so that she can really enjoy that.
You're here. You're here. Oh, man, Johnny.
What's the matter, sugar?
Hi.
Oh, Johnny. I fucked up. I fucked up real bad.
Well, that's not new.
I messed up, baby. Promise you won't be mad.
Why? What'd you do?
I'm an addict. I need help.
What the fuck did you do?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Johnny.
Who are you?
My name is not important.
What
Not
is
important's a weird name.
Woman here owes Dmitry Raskolov a lot of money.
Oh God, Dimitri.
We need you to do us a favor.
What?
We need you to kidnap someone for us.
No.
Well, I'm not in the kidnapping business, dude.
And I'm
Gonna have to get Nico Bellic. He kidnaps people. Oh, dude, this
either
is...
do it or Junkie gets killed.
Well, that would save us a lot of trouble.
Even for a man stuck in 1960s time warp. It's easy. You grab him.
I don't get that
deliver him
60s
to
thing,
the
dude.
warehouse of Lampak in Bohan Industrial.
And this will pay off her debts?
Well, It pays off interest.
Wonderful.
The name of the man we want is Roman Malc.
Yeah.
He runs a cab business, but hangs around some backroom gambling place on Dillon Street in Shotland.
I got it.
You find him. You take him. Now, run along.
Ashley, you gotta stop fucking things up. Fuck.
So, I mean, I guess it's cute that we get a mission that touches Nico's story. Because Roman is, of course, kidnapped. And it also, now we know where we are in Nico's timeline. The question is, why? Like, I don't think this was a thing they plotted out far in advance, likely. I mean, I suppose they might have. I suppose they might have been planning all along. Oh, yeah, and the first DLC about this biker. Because clearly, they had basic plans, it appears to me, in play. Like, Johnny Klebitz is introduced multiple times in Nico's story in a way where you're meant to recognize him, and he kind of seems important, but then they don't do anything with him. And years ago, I thought it was weird that they brought in, not Dmitri himself, but this Gregorian guy, the guy who like says Nico owes him money. He's brought in like he's going to be this major third act antagonist. Well, now we know that there's the last bit of this DLC plus the entire Ballad of Gay Tony DLC for him to come back up because he seems to be introduced and nothing happens with him. But of all the little things that were like open-ended in GTA4, like, you know, we see Luis, I think the guy who's the protagonist of the Ballad of Gay Tony, like he pops up and is like fighting against us in bits of that diamond heist. Obviously, we're not on the same page as Johnny Klebitz as Nico by the end of the diamond stuff either. But like of all the little plot holes, are like, I wonder what happened with that. How did Roman get kidnapped by the Russian mafia was not one of the big things I was waiting for resolution on. I just figured the Russian mafia kidnapped him because they're the Russian mafia. But I guess for some reason the Russian mafia manipulates Johnny into doing it for them. I don't know. Oh, we're clawing Malc. Okay.
Dude, you busy? I got something. And I don't need it getting around the clubhouse. I'll owe you, brother.
What you need, Johnny?
Well, we just helped
I need
him.
to snatch some guy named Roman Bellic. Runs a cab firm. Get that to some Russians. You down? I'll pay.
All right. I'm up on Y in Norwood. See you in a minute.
I was about to wonder, like, should we call for backup?
20 yards. Turn right.
I don't want to involve the brothers, but let me call them for backup anyway.
Clay's phone. Leave your details.
Aha! Oh, not Ray, but Kino. Hey, kids eat free in the, good food. Never mind, there's no puns here. It's just a business of some kind. Okay, so it's not going to let me call them for backup, but I was curious about... I was curious about it because, we're calling Malc. Now, I like Malc, it's not like a character that they put a ton of development into, but I kind of like Malc. Like, I've sort of figured it out. Malc and Deshawn are part of a separate biker group that we are not enemies with, or particularly had we been allies with them, but now we've personally become allies with them because we've done some work together for Elizabeta where everybody actually carried themselves as professionals and it went fairly well. And it's also part of the ongoing theme with this game. Like, hey, we're going to give you a game we get to play as this cool, like, biker gang in, like, the classic, like, Harley-Davidson biker gang guys. But we're Rockstar. We know our audience. I'm not saying that everyone who plays video games or Rockstar video games in particular are huge liberal snowflakes, in quotes, but they were like, okay, we're going to have people who are a little uncomfortable with the whole biker thing because of, like, all the weird white supremacist overtones that are sometimes there. So they're making a point of like introducing a black gang, having our hero be friends with them, making a point of the bad characters in this narrative being the ones who play into the whole racist part of the biker ethos, and specifically, I'm making too much of this. I don't want to like overspeak to it, but yeah, like we're playing as the Jewish biker whose best friend in his own gang is the black guy in the gang, and he's now got like secondary friendships going with what seems to be an all-black biker gang, although I'm not positive about that. But yeah, I think we are about to. I meant to pause. I think we're about to exhaust all the story content with this guy. So.
Fortune cookie? As a matter of fact, it did. Told me I was gonna meet some 1950s looking motherfucker who preferred rusty oil dripping junk to high-tech precision.
See, they're busting each other's chops, but in a loving way.
American junk.
Bitch, please. Your patriotism is making you ignorant. Anyway, we gonna go grab somebody. We need 4 wheels. I got that.
All right, man, but I'm driving the cage.
Now you sure you know how?
Watch and learn, my friend. Watch and fucking learn.
Okay, I meant to pause before we got to that bit of dialogue. But yeah, like all this talk about, I'm having fun with the little bits. There's not a ton of content to it, but the little bits of story between Johnny and Malcolm. He's Malc. I don't know if that's short for Malcolm or not. They're fun. They're a little rivalry. Johnny's into like the traditional American hog motorcycle. Malc is into like the finely tuned Japanese racing bikes. They give each other shit about it, but it's obvious that they actually kind of are starting to get along and like each other. It's fun, except that I'm pretty sure this is going to be it. We've got one more friendship mission to do with Malc, which is just a race, and then like as I'm getting into the groove of enjoying this, I think it's about to dry up and kind of be over. Like I don't think Malc will be showing up as a major part of the game going forward, but it could be wrong. It could be dead wrong. What I'm not wrong about is the fact that we're calling it a video now. And when we come back next time, I don't know that this goes anywhere. Our girlfriend Ashley owes money to the Russians. We're not paying off her debt. We are just paying off some interest by doing this mission where we're going to kidnap Roman Bellic. Johnny Klebis doesn't know anything about Roman Bellic. I don't even think he knows that Nico's last name is Bellic. He may or may not place a connection between the two. We'll just watch the dialogue as this plays out. But, yeah. Depending on your GTA4 ending, you kind of know this kidnapping won't be fun for Roman, but he may not have much time left anyway. But I guess your playthrough of Lost and Damned isn't really going to decide Roman's fate. But anyway, we'll be back next time for driving around in a cage and having these guys argue about which motorcycle they like best while neither of them are riding a motorcycle. Bye-bye.